they told us that she was gone. Neither one of us had ever heard about stillbirth and that was even a possibility in the third trimester that you would lose a baby. And so we were not prepared for that in the least.
In the midst of so much tragedy, we were able to experience that hope and that time with our child that not a lot of people get.
It's a pain that no one can understand.
And it was so powerful to see the whole circle of how everything had worked out.
My husband and I found out that we were pregnant with our second child. We were very excited to find out that we were having a girl. We were at 38 weeks and we were 9 days away from our scheduled C-section. It was Thanksgiving Day. I thought to myself, I really hadn't felt her move all day. We went to the hospital and unfortunately we were told that we had no heartbeat. We were told we were going to have a stillborn delivery.
Found out we were expecting in October of 2023. We were absolutely thrilled. And we were told he had a heart defect. We went to his pediatric cardiologist and they found out that it was an extremely rare heart defect.
We were going to downtown University Hospital to do normal growth ultrasounds. He was doing great. We were kind of given that milestone of 28 weeks was the earliest we could get to deliver and have that surgery. There were a couple days after that, Colleen woke up and feel that normal movement. And they came in with an ultrasound, and at that point we had seen so many ultrasounds, we could tell that he wasn't moving, and we knew something was obviously wrong.
I had a full-term, very healthy pregnancy. It was my first pregnancy, and I went for my last tummy check. Everything looked good, and at 40 weeks, 2 days, I went to the triage, and they hooked me up to all the monitors. I hadn't felt a strong kick, but my stomach was still contracting. So I called, and they said, just come on up, let us check you out. And I went in and there was no heartbeat. Still to this day, we don't have any answers as to why it happened.
Losing Ashlie was not something we ever anticipated. I held Ashlie for less than an hour total, from the moment she was born until the moment that we gave her back for the last time. Why did we get so little time with her? It was less than 3 weeks to the day that we had Ashley's memorial service, and I leapt out of bed and ran downstairs and said, I know what we have to do. I said, we have to start a nonprofit. My grief was channeled into Ashley's embrace. As the mom, it was crystal clear that we wanted to provide CuddleCots because we didn't have one and we didn't have time with her. Our initial goal was to have 10 CuddleCots placed by Ashley's first birthday. And we far surpassed that goal. We realized that there was a need for this nationwide. A hospital in Tennessee, a friend donated that CuddleCot. That was our first out-of-state placement. And then someone purchased something from eBay and it was wrapped in a newspaper article about us that had been picked up by a service in Illinois. And then she purchased a CuddleCot in Florida from us. And so that just started this snowball of Ashley's embrace.
We gave birth to our daughter, Maylee, on November 29th of 2019. We were blessed at our hospital with the use of a CuddleCot. After we had our daughter, we had the opportunity to spend as much time as we wanted with her. So we were able to hold her. We were able to, do a lot of things that we didn't know at the time that a lot of families don't have the ability and the honor of getting to do.
The CuddleCot gave us time, the time we so desperately needed. We were able to see Blake and spend the night with him, spend the day with him.
It allowed our families to come in, see him, love him, embrace him. They'll have those memories forever. We'll have those memories forever.
I was given the opportunity to use a CuddleCot at our hospital. I was in the recovery room and I noticed that Willow's features were starting to change pretty fast, and I knew that I wanted pictures. And so I asked if there was anything that we could do to help with her color, and they got out the CuddleCot.
It blew my mind that not every hospital has this as standard equipment to award families that gift of time.
The thought of not having that time and not having the ability to hold him and kiss him and hug him and just spend time with him is so hard.
The CuddleCot opened up a whole new opportunity of a different experience. We have a rather large immediate family. So not only did I get to use it in the recovery room, but then whenever I got taken back to my hospital room, my whole family was there. And every single person who was comfortable was able to hold Willow, and they were able to say goodbye to Willow. And I think our experience would have looked a lot different had we not had a CuddleCot.
We got one CuddleCot in every state from Ashley's Embrace. And since then, we're at almost 350 CuddleCots.
We have a golf outing. We also have our gala every year. And every year we're seeing different faces show up that's never experienced this. And then they realize what this organization's about. What are we doing? What's our purpose? Mm-hmm. And they're getting behind it 100%. It's good to see other faces. It's good to see that the word is spreading out there so people understand what's going on and that people aren't alone. You know, we're here as a family, a community, because we're all in this together.
Now, every time we go to one of the galas, it seems like it grows a little bit more and a little bit more.
We've done fundraisers for Maylee's birthday to raise money for CuddleCots. We've had companies and organizations that we've worked with that have donated CuddleCots in Maylee's honor. What's important to Ashley's Embrace is important to us because they've had such an instrumental impact on our family.
When Blake passed away, we knew we wanted to get involved somehow. Gotten to work with Ashley's Embrace to help donate the CuddleCots.
Goal at first was what, one or two?
One. We just wanted to get one.
So we started like a GoFundMe, and just shared with friends and family. It ended up blowing up. Yeah. We were able to get a lot more. We follow Ashley's Embrace on Facebook, and it's cool to see where these CuddleCots are going, where they're needed. And, it's just like a little piece of Blake that's there and can help other families.
So if there was one that was more important as far as meaningful went, it would probably be the CuddleCot that we placed at the hospital I delivered.
In the next 10 years, our major goal is that every single U.S. hospital with a labor and delivery or NICU unit will have access to a cooling unit. That honestly is the driving force behind every move that we make and everything we do. Every decision, every dollar is to support that vision. We'll need people to continue spreading the word and advocating on behalf of Ashley's Embrace. Oh, your hospital doesn't have a CuddleCot? Let me tell you about this organization. They donate them. Conversations like that, and financially too. We still have a lot of work to do, and people continue to be a vital piece of our mission. People who can volunteer, people who down the line may want to be employed by Ashley's Embrace, people with a heart for loss. We need those people as well.
We knew we wanted to get involved with Ashley's Embrace and do something to help even the smallest little hospitals, because there's still people going to those hospitals giving birth.
Something that I appreciate about Ashley's Embrace is it's not about sadness. It's about paying it forward and making sure that we support families that go through and experience loss.
Someday I hope to hear that every single hospital in the U.S. has a CuddleCot. And I think they're doing a fantastic job to get to that goal.
What would I say to the people who have supported our mission over the last 10 years? Thank you. Thank you is not enough, though. It's this beautiful thing that you give without knowing who will ever receive. The CuddleCots that have been donated, the families, the stories we've been part of. Thank you. Thank you for the ways that you've shared, supported, donated, talked about us, allowed us to honor your babies and be part of their memory. That's not something that we take lightly. Families that are currently walking through this loss, I want you to know that there is light on the other side. And I remember thinking, are we ever going to get through this? Am I ever going to smile again? And it sounds so cliche, but there is joy on the other side. It's a part of your life now, but there can be beauty if you allow it.